Could it really be true? Could two of the world's most beloved idols, Jungkook and Taehyung of BTS, have crossed paths in the romantic city of Paris? And not just in passing, but possibly meeting in secret? And more importantly, why haven't their agencies said a word? In a world where every blink of a celebrity is captured and dissected in milliseconds, where paparazzi lenses stretch farther than ever, and where fans track their idols every step across the globe, one fuzzy, zoomed-in video has sent the entire BTS fandom into emotional chaos. What appears at first to be just another TikTok montage of blurry street shots has turned into a wildfire rumor. Jungkook and Taehyung were seen at the same location on the same day in Paris. Paris, the city of lights, love, and lately, legends. For fans of BTS, the capital of France holds a particular enchantment. It's the place where some of the group's most iconic photo shoots and fashion collaborations have come to life. But now, it may also be remembered for something far more intimate: the potential rendezvous of two bandmates, brothers, and global icons. The video that sparked this frenzy wasn't even uploaded by a known journalist. It came from a fan account, username redacted for privacy, who had been casually vlogging their trip along the Seine River when they noticed someone familiar. At first, it was the outline of a black hoodie, a man walking briskly past the Pont Neuf. "Wait," the fan whispered into the camera. Is that Jungkook? What followed was a shaky 2-minute video showing a man whose profile, gait, and clothing matched what Jungkook was reportedly wearing during a fashion shoot in Paris earlier that week. Not even 12 hours later, another video surfaced, this time near the Montmartre, where Taehyung, V, was allegedly seen exiting a sleek black car surrounded by what looked like two bodyguards. But here's the detail that detonated the theory. The timestamp of both clips was nearly identical. Same day, same city, almost the same hour. And that's when the fandom erupted. Reddit threads swelled with theories, some rational, some wild. Twitter lit up like wildfire. Instagram was flooded with edited photos. Suddenly, all eyes were on Paris. But what does it all mean? Is this mere coincidence? Two global megastars simply working in the same European city at the same time? Or is there something more? A silent reunion, a coded message to fans? To understand the weight of this moment, one has to appreciate the emotional gravity these two carry. Jungkook and Taehyung aren't just members of BTS. They are soulmates in the eyes of millions, bonded by nearly a decade of blood, sweat, and spotlight. While BTS is currently on a temporary hiatus, as members fulfill mandatory military duties and pursue solo endeavors, the bond between its members has remained a guiding light for armies worldwide. The idea of Jungkook and Taehyung reuniting quietly in Paris, away from labels, PR machines, and screaming crowds, is deeply romantic, even poetic. And if it's true, it says something even more profound about their connection. But let's slow down. Let's dissect the facts. The Parisian Fashion Week calendar aligns with both idols' known interests. Jungkook has recently collaborated with luxury houses like Calvin Klein and Bottega Veneta. Taehyung, on the other hand, has been closely tied to Celine and Cartier. Both artists have legitimate reasons to be in Paris around this time: photo shoots, campaign meetings, even ambassador duties. But until now, no public statement has confirmed their overlapping schedules. Interestingly, when approached for comment, both HYBE and Big Hit Music, the umbrella entities managing BTS members, issued the same response: "We do not comment on artists' personal schedules." That sentence has been met with deafening silence and deeper suspicion. Fans are now turning to the footage itself for answers. Side-by-side analysis of the two videos reveals some compelling consistencies: the same cloudy sky, identical lighting conditions, nearly the same background noise of passing traffic and street chatter. One eagle-eyed army even matched a musician's tune in the background of Jungkook's video to the same melody faintly audible in Taehyung's video, possibly recorded from two vantage points of the same scene. Are we witnessing the most subtle, carefully planned reunion in K-pop history? Or is this the kind of cosmic coincidence that only Paris, with its dreamy aura and foggy alleyways, could conjure? Adding another layer to the mystery is the recent behavior of both idols on social media. Jungkook, who had been relatively quiet for several days, posted an Instagram story just hours after the video went viral. The image? A simple photo of a Parisian cafe, with no caption, no filters, just vibes. Taehyung, ever the enigma, updated his playlist on Spotify, adding Edith Piaf's La Vie en Rose. Coincidence? You tell us.
Fans are now calling this the Paris puzzle, and solving it has become a full-time job for many. Theories range from the logical secret photo shoot, dual campaign, to the fantastical hidden taekook anniversary, soft launching a collab track, or even testing fan loyalty. Regardless of what's real, one thing is certain. The intrigue has reignited the BTS universe, giving fans a taste of the unity and magic they've longed for during the group's hiatus. There's something undeniably cinematic about this whole saga. Two artists with the world at their feet, wandering the boulevards of Paris, seemingly unbothered by the frenzy they leave in their wake. Whether this is a planned meeting or an accidental crosswalk encounter, the impact is profound. It reminds us that even in a world dictated by PR schedules and controlled appearances, sometimes, just sometimes, reality is more thrilling than fiction. What will happen next? Will either of them break the silence? Could this be the lead up to a surprise taekook unit project? Are they recording something? Music, a documentary, a surprise performance? Together under the radar? Or was it nothing at all? The world is watching. The army is waiting. And Paris, perhaps, holds more secrets than anyone expected. Stay tuned, because something tells us this story is far from over. The air in Paris was unusually electric that evening, not just because of the lingering buzz of Fashion Week or the ever-present hum of romantic expectation the city inspires, but because across the globe, millions of eyes were glued to their screens, frozen on a few seconds of video that could redefine the narrative of BTS in 2025. As the world speculated, theorized, and imagined, one question kept spiraling through every fan's mind. Why Paris, and why now? The mystery only deepened as more fans began reporting sightings. A waiter at a discreet Montparnasse cafe claimed to have served two Korean-speaking men late in the evening, one of whom had strikingly long fingers and wore a beige trench coat. Another fan insisted they saw a figure resembling Taehyung stepping into a nondescript building with no signage, possibly a private apartment, possibly a studio. And then came the grainiest photo yet, a man that could be Jungkook, caught in the reflection of a window, his unmistakable nose piercing and lip ring visible just enough to stir even the most skeptical viewer. It wasn't long before the theories evolved from whispers to declarations. Fans started using satellite images and street view tools to reconstruct the moments, mapping their past like digital detectives, matching their steps across arrondissement lines, hypothesizing about possible rendezvous points. The narrative was writing itself. A secret meeting, a conversation that couldn't be had online. A bond, perhaps strained by time and distance, rekindled under the glow of Parisian street lamps. But what if this wasn't just about two friends reconnecting? What if this was the slow burning reveal of something seismic? Jungkook's last solo release, which had been teased with phrases like more personal than ever and a journey into identity, now took on new meaning. Fans began to analyze his lyrics, searching for hidden clues. One line in particular, "I looked for your shadow in foreign streets," suddenly became a poetic breadcrumb, hinting at this very moment. Was Paris the setting he was always alluding to? And was Taehyung the you in the story? As fans dived deeper into Taehyung's recent interviews, more fuel was thrown onto the fire. In one, he cryptically said, "Some things don't need to be announced. They just exist." At the time, it seemed like a vague answer to a question about artistic expression, but now, every word felt loaded. And then, on the third day of speculation, the silence broke in the most unexpected way. A series of Instagram stories emerged from a well-known stylist affiliated with both idols. Though neither Jungkook or Taehyung appeared directly, the clips showcased a behind-the-scenes environment with Paris rooftops, expensive lighting rigs, and music playing softly in the background. Music that sounded eerily similar to an unreleased demo that had been leaked months earlier and had been attributed by fans to a taekook subunit. Could it be? Was this more than a meeting? Were they recording together? The stylist within hours deleted the stories, sparking another frenzy. Now, it wasn't just about whether they met, it was about what they were hiding. If they had wanted to keep it secret, why choose Paris, one of the most photographed cities on Earth? Some fans believe it was a deliberate move, to hint, not tell, to remind the world that despite the hiatus, despite the military duties, despite the solo paths, something sacred was still alive between them, something that defied labels. Friendship? Brotherhood? Love? Art? Perhaps all of it, perhaps none.
What makes this story so explosive isn't just the star power of the two idols involved, it's the history. Jungkook and Taehyung's friendship has always been legendary among ARMYs. From their earliest days training together to the iconic taekook moments on stage, fans have followed every interaction with deep emotional investment. They've been each other's support, muses, and occasional mirrors. And now, in the heart of France, something real, something visceral, seemed to bloom again, whether orchestrated or accidental. Media outlets, catching up with the fan-driven coverage, started releasing headlines that fed into the speculation. Secret BTS subunit in the works? Jungkook and V reunited in Paris? Parisian nights and idol flights? What are they planning? Even French tabloids picked up the story, one declaring them Les Princes de K-pop, as photoshopped images of the duo walking the Seine made their way into tabloid spreads. Of course, with speculation comes skepticism. A few voices in the crowd began to urge caution. Was it really them? Could the entire frenzy be the result of wishful thinking and strategic misinformation? Had the fandom, in its hunger for connection, woven an entire fantasy from fragments of truth? But even those doubting the reunion couldn't deny the synchronicity. Too many coincidences, too many parallel appearances, the timing, the locations, the absence of denials, all of it formed a pattern that felt deliberate. And in the background of this cultural storm was something even more powerful than the visuals, the feeling. Fans weren't just reacting to videos, they were reacting to the return of hope. In a year that has been defined by distance, obligations, and solo pursuits, the idea of two beloved members finding each other again, even for a moment, was intoxicating. It felt like a signal, a reminder that BTS, in whatever form it takes in the future, still carries its heartbeat in the quiet, unspoken bonds between the members. The world has always had a fascination with reunions, but this one feels different. It's not loud, it's not curated, it's not being sold. It's whispered, hidden in plain sight,
and wrapped in a city known for secrets and spectacles. Now, fans are watching every move: travel logs, airport departures, jewelry choices. Even background reflections in unrelated interviews are being dissected for signs of what comes next. The thirst for clarity is real. But maybe that's not what this story is meant to give. Maybe the silence is the answer. Maybe the magic of taekook in Paris is in what remains unsaid. But the truth has a funny way of emerging, always one breath away, one frame away, one accidental post away. And whether it's revealed tomorrow or never at all, one thing is certain: this story has already become legend. And we haven't even reached the twist. Do you want to continue with the next chapter of this article as it expands further toward the 10,000 word goal, including more analysis, reactions, and deep emotional storytelling? Let me know, and I'll keep unraveling the Paris enigma.